It's the grand finale. Well, at least until I fight the super bosses. Welcome back to Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. My name is Tails Fyraga, and in the last episode, we finally defeated the last of Exdeath's guardians in the void. And in today's episode, we're taking the fight directly to the big man himself. So, with the big man on campus, he's right behind this door. Get ourselves prepared for an epic climb of stairs. And our boy, you are too late! Wahaha! Finally, it is in my grasp! The greatest power ever known, that which can control the universe, the power of the void. And with the power of the void, he becomes a big old tree. I will crush all who stand in my way. I think I'll begin with your precious friends. I hope you'll enjoy watching them get sucked into the void. And with that, Exdeath decides that the best way to get back at us is just to be a complete douchebag. Everyone's gonna get sucked into the rift. There's Castle Ball, there's the Pirate's Cove, and the catapult. How does he know where all of these things are, by the way? I feel like that's a good question. Like, does he just innately know? Does the power of the rift allow him to see? Does he just have like like one of those folding tourist maps? Stop it! Let them go! Wahaha! And now you too will meet your end inside the void. And I guess we got the bad ending. Bartz, stand up. Dad? And hey, there's the rest of the Dawn Warriors too. Zizat, Kelger. Which means... Grandpa! Galuf! Enter the Dawn Warriors. Bartz, Lena, Ferris, Kryle. We'll hold off the void. You kids take care of Exdeath. The only ones who can save the world from the power of darkness are the Warriors of Light. That's you. Now go. And with that, the power of the void is nothing compared to the power of love, baby. What? Why is the power of the void disappearing? No matter. Now take this! Father! Papa! Now, this is it. Take your chance. Destroy Exdeath. Onward, Warriors of Light. Alright, now before we get into this battle, I am going to preview what we have for each character. For Bart's, I am running Rapid Fire and Spellblade. And I am running 2 powerful swords on him, and Excalibur and Enhancer, with the Hermes Sandals, a Genji Helm, and Genji Armor. Lena has Black Magic and White Magic, and she's got the Magus Rod, the Genji Shield, a Protect Ring, Crystal Helm, and Crystal Armor. Ferris has Time Magic and Summon, I believe. Unless I put that on Kryl. Hold on, there's that goldfish memory again. Blue Magic and White Magic, okay, she's our support mage. And she's got Masamune, an Ice Shield, Genji Gloves, Crystal Helm, and Crystal Armor. And Kryl has Crystal Helm, Armor, Protect Ring, and Ice Shield in the Enhancer, and she's running Time Magic and Summons. Although, now that I think about it, hold on. Instead of that, how about we give Ferris Summons? I was thinking that, you know, since we had her as Blue Mage, it would be appropriate. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's pretty appropriate that she do some damage with Sildra. I'll give Blue Magic to Kryl instead. And away we go. Exdeath, you'd better get ready, cause here we come. Alright. And here is Exdeath. He's a big old tree, baby. Exdeath, in this form, is going to be casting 2 potent abilities. Physical attacks, which I guess really aren't that potent in all seriousness, and White Hole, which casts Instant Death and Petrify. You definitely want to be careful of that one. With that, I'm gonna get Golem up on everyone, since he does have physical attacks. And it's time for our cheese. I do like that we're just floating in space. I do kind of wish they had like a better like battle back for this, but also seeing just it extend from the distance is really funny. Alright, there's our first victim of White Hole. Which means we need to bring Kryl back up. Also, of course, we get to listen to Exdeath's theme, too. I think Exdeath has a really good Final Battle theme. Alright, Thunderstorm. I also think that this sprite is just so... it's so good. Like, I know it's kind of goofy look... Ooh. Alright, we've got him down to the point where he's casting Holy. So we need to bring Lena back up here. Right, and Kryl's still petrified from White Hole. Exdeath was engulfed by the Void. No! Why? The Void was mine to command. How could it? Gah! Not about to do an actual yell. Yeah, it's so good. It's a little bit goofy to see him on top of, like, the tree and stuff, but at the same time, like, the horrifying face, all the extra mouths. Such a good, scary sprite. And now... I am Neo Exdeath. All memories, dimensions, existence. All that is shall be returned to nothing. Then I, too, can disappear. Forever. Alright, at this point, all Neo Exdeath wants to do is just make everything disappear. This is the final battle. Neo Exdeath. And let's get all of our party members back up to a decent amount of living here. Should probably get Mighty Guard on everyone too next time we have an opportunity. Neo Exdeath has 4 distinct targets to him, with each target having its own special abilities to use. Oop, Bartz is going at him. I'll set up Rapid Fire too, why don't I? Now, each one of the forms has a lot of health. Each form has about 50,000 or so. The front form is going to be the easiest to kill, since it's within range of physical attacks, but at the same time, it's also probably the least threatening of them. Most of the time, you kind of want to go for the back and middle forms first. Let's do another rapid fire. And I'm pretty sure, actually, that certain parts of this boss also have weakness to certain statuses. So, theoretically, I think I can use Catolopass on the middle one and petrify it. Nope, that might be the wrong one. Either that or magic evasion is just high. There's Almagest. Alright, Almagest does a small amount of damage, but this next one might be a little bit more powerful because he's going to be using Grand Cross next. Do some stabbing. Okay, he's using Vacuum Wave. This is good. Kiraga. Heal everyone back up. And I should probably get Hastegaw up on everyone again. Another rapid fire. Start whittling down that back one there. And everyone's still got Mighty Guard, so as long as he's not casting like Dispel or anything, we should be fine. Oh, the bottom one also counts as front row enemy too. Didn't notice that. It's pretty interesting. Use a Golem again. I think I've got Hermes sandals on the right party members here. I do like this sprite a lot as well. Grand Cross! The laws of the universe mean nothing. That causes a lot of different status ailments onto your party members, though some of them can be ignored with certain equipment. I think I'm... Oh, White Wind is gonna damage Miss Ferris there. 5 death. Alright. None of them have to worry about that. I think the front one... Yeah, the front one's dead. Oh, the front one's dead already. Wasn't expecting that one, but... Then again, I am using a busted-ass setup. Alright, Holy Water, let's bring Ferris back to the land of actually living. And... Oh, he's shaking. That means he's gonna cast Almagest again here in a sec. Oh, but you know what? Fucking... Getting hit by, Grand Cross and turning into a zombie there got rid of Mighty Guard, because you're technically dead, so it got rid of buffs. Sneaky, sneaky. Neo Exdeath trying to be a sneaky snake here and steal all of our root beer. I don't think I want that to happen. Let's get Haste on everyone again. Although that's not going to affect Ferris, actually. No, that's a waste. No, never mind, it does. Did I not put the Hermes sandals on her? Thought I did. Unless that buff gets removed when you die too, but it shouldn't, it's a passive. It's like an innate buff from the equipment. Alright, Almagest. Ooh, that did a lot. Oh, right, because you don't have Mighty Guard up. That's why that did a lot. Bring you up with Phoenix down. Let's re-establish Mighty Guard, even if it seems like a waste of MP. Lena's next turn, I'm going to heal everyone up. Lena's starting to run out of MP, too. We haven't gotten the notification for the next Grand Cross yet, so we should be... Stop doing that! I'm trying to make all my friends strong. I'm trying to uplift them with the power of magic. And you're just like, no. Stop being a butt. I'll hit it with meteors. Oh, I've got the thing on Ferris, don't I? Or no, because she's got the haste because she never died. How am I so bad at keeping track of all of this? I do kind of wonder if there's something wrong with me. Alright, I'm gonna get a haste on Ferris. I should probably reestablish Golem. I think it might be a good idea to do that. Just for the physical attacks. I guess to be fair, I'm also using Freelancer, which at this point we have a lot of innate abilities for, but at the same time, like, it's the final boss fight, might as well bring your all. Bring your most powerful stuff. Alright. Holy, we should live. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna bring Lena the power of an elixir. I'm gonna use Mighty Guard again. And then use another elixir on Miss Kryl there. Miss Baldessian. Alright. Round 2 of casting spells, baby. Let's try to get that back one out. Because I think that one can cast some nasty status problems. Not that we don't have any, you know, nasty status problems of that we've been hit by before, considering, you know, Grand Cross turned people into zombies. Alright, and I think with that, let's use Meteor twice to deal a lot of damage. Meteors! I can just do this with no repercussions. Oop, he's shaken. Alright, he's going for another Almagest. Almagest. Is it Almagest? Almagest? Be our guest? This boss is putting my patience to the test. There we go. Big damage from that. Big damage from Flare. I'm not gonna make the David Flare joke this time. And White Wind just to get everyone back up to full health with Almagest. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong either way, so I'm just gonna call it... You know what? I'm just gonna call it Alma. Alma homies. Ooh, only 2 targets left. We've got to be careful here because he's charging up for Grand Cross. I thought it was Alma, but he's just like, hey, have you heard about, have you heard about this? Oh, he's doing both in a row. See, said the blind man as he pulled out his eye in a C. Stab him. Stab him with your steely knives. How much health do the rest of the segments have, I wonder? Because each segment has around like 50,000. So we've definitely dealt a lot of damage to him. Let's start working on that back segment now. Let's get some action from the back section. More rapid fire. I think you might like another dose of meteors. Especially now that there's only a few targets left. God, rapid fire Spellblade is so good. It's so good. Alright, he's still got that front segment going. Oh, casting Meteor on us. That kill... Oh, almost killed Ferris, actually. That's pretty scary. Oh, he's down to just one segment. Let's go. Pile on all the damage. Deal as much damage as you can. So we only got to use Grand Cross once, which... And he's dead! Ah, Neo Exdeath, you might be a cool-looking motherfucker. But you're dead. You done goofed. Again, though, we had, like, some powerful setups and a lot of stuff mastered at this point, so... Freelancer was quite strong. And with that... Floating through the rift In the beginning, there was only the void, but from the void came 4 essences. They formed the crystals and the world was born. Hope blessed the earth, courage blazed with flame, devotion turned water into the seeds of life, and passion for knowledge spread wisdom on the winds. If ever the void threatens to engulf the world, so long as the 4 essences still exist in mankind, light will be born anew. It is from the void that the 4 essences will rise, and once again they will shine bright. Wish that was a little slower, but then again, I just speak at the slowest pace known to man, so get Kryl back up before the rest of them. I do like that they have to, like, kind of push themselves through space. The void is still here. But why? We beat Exdeath. Is it because the crystals are all gone? Will the world be engulfed by the void? Ooh, that got past QA. I'm sparkling. Oh no. What's going on here? Is it Grandpa time? No. It's Job Crystal time. Hope bless the earth. Courage, light the fires. Devotion, breathe life into the waters. And of course, passion, spread knowledge on the winds. Makes a lot of sense. The Job crystals came from the shards of the elemental crystals that existed previously, so... And with the world re-merged, the crystals will now form in, well, whatever areas they can find. The Crystal of Earth inside the Great Pyramid of Moor. Presumably the Crystal of Water inside Istery Falls. All the same color though, so it's a little hard to tell. The Crystal of Fire, I presume, down in the Great Sea Trench. Makes sense, it's filled with lava. And finally, every place gets restored. All the places that were sucked into the void return to Earth. Or Planet R, I think is the name of the planet in Final Fantasy V. The world. It's being reborn. Huh. If only I played another game that took a lot of my time that also reborns the world. It's almost like they're the same franchise. And the crystals as well. There was still power left in the crystal shards. Thank goodness. Lena, Ferris, Kryl, it's because you took such good care of the shards. You did a pretty good job yourself, Bartz. Don't forget Grandpa. Now the wind will return to Tycoon. Correct, my dear. Dad. Grandpa. Father. Papa. Kelger. Zizat. The world still needs you. It's far too soon for you kids to be joining us. Go, return to your world, the one you saved. And off they fly. And they've even been turned into a Windrake. Can't believe it, my dad was a dragon the entire time. What an awesome adventure. And we appear. I think this is the island shrine. There we go. That's 4 elemental crystals, all put back in place. Grandpa! A letter's arrived. Dear Sid Amid, how are you? It's me, Kryl. Somehow we made it back alive. And they're all tuckered out. The final battle feels like it was just a bad dream. Since then, I've traveled all over. Everything seems so peaceful now, like it was before. Chancellor of Tycoon seems quite happy. However, Ferris seems worried about our pirate crew. Everyone in Ball is worried, since they have no heir to the throne. Maybe I'll be queen. Yeah, in my dreams. But it would be pretty cool, though. Bartz went back to his hometown. He's not giving up traveling, but he said he wanted to spend time near his parents before he set out again. It's an egg! It's multiple eggs. Oh, Boko and Coco had their chicks. Baby chocobos are the cutest. You simply must go see them. Look at them! Tiny little burbs! And feathers. It's been a year since then. Lena and Ferris are busy running Tycoon, and Bartz is off on another of his journeys. I think I'll go back to that place, to where Grandpa's resting. If any of the others happen to drop by, no, I'm sure they'll come. Tell them I can't wait to meet up again. You did an outstanding job. You all did. Ooh, we've got the sepia tone flashbacks now. Remember that time we got zapped by lightning and met a turtle? Remember that time Bart's punched a werewolf? Remember that time we found out that Ferris was really hot? There's Bart's. It's just gonna give us flashbacks of like all kinds of different... Remember when Lena got poisoned? Which time? Oh, there it is again. Are all of her flashbacks just gonna be her getting poisoned? No, okay, she has another one. There's Lena. Alright, what's Ferris's highlight? Remember that time Ferris was really hot? And the time her best friend died? And that other time we found out that she was hot? There she be. And of course, when Kryl joined the party, inheriting all of Galif's powers, the time she and Bart's fought using the power of Kung Fu, and the time when this small child just bust a hole through the wall and zapped the Satan out of King Tycoon. Here she be. Just taking in this epilogue music too. It's very pretty. As it zooms in to what remains of the Forest of Moor. There's Kryl, returning to where Galif died. If Grandpa hadn't saved me back then. The crystals have been returned, and everything's peaceful. But for some reason, I'm sad. I guess it's just that, since Grandpa died, I've been all alone. And we get Galif memories too. Breaking the fourth wall, saving our asses on the Windrake, and when he sacrificed himself to defeat Exdeath. Albeit temporarily. See you, Grandpa. What are you talking about? You're not alone. We're here with you. Buck up, kiddo. Everyone's here. You all made it. As if there was any doubt. Like we'd forget about a friend after everything we went through. Everyone, you... There's no need for tears, Kryle. This is a time to be strong. If Galuf were here, he'd laugh at your blubbering, kiddo. You're right. He's probably laughing right now. The crystals have regained their power. This time it's up to us to protect them. Like Dad and the others did. Say, do you hear that? Aye, that I do. Grandpa's voice? No, just the wind blowing through the trees. Or the rippling of water? Or the crackling of a fire? Or the shifting of the earth? No, I'm not sure what it is, but... I can hear it. It feels warm somehow. Let's go. Oop. Everyone's got their modes of transportation. Look at all that shifting. I hope it looks wibbly-wobbly on the screen, because it looks wibbly-wobbly on TV. But that's just the power of Mode 7, baby. That was Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. And honestly, Final Fantasy V's real good. Now, would I consider Final Fantasy V to be my favorite Final Fantasy game? Probably not. But I think, honestly, going back and giving this game like a proper try a few years ago and actually like falling in love with Final Fantasy V. This game's so good. Oh, look at them tiny little pixels. Like the SNK characters cameoing in Axel's stage in the first Guilty Gear. Final Fantasy V is absolutely a gameplay Final Fantasy rather than a story Final Fantasy, and I don't mean that in the fact that the story is bad. I just more simply mean that the story isn't as much of a priority in 5 as the gameplay is. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. Oh, this probably looked real cool on the Super Nintendo, didn't it? Honestly, that's perfectly fine. I think that Final Fantasy V is definitely one of the most replayable Final Fantasies as well, just because you can do so much with different playthroughs, and that's one of the reasons why the Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta exists. Because this game does actually give you a lot of freedom of customization to make your party kind of the way you want to. And I like that sort of customization. I think this was really the start of Final Fantasy, like, giving players a huge amount of customization and the ability to create, like, what their team setup should be. And that was something that continued in pretty much every Final Fantasy game after that to a point. Like, 6 also had a massive amount of customization with, like, the different summons you could learn, the different magic you could learn, and the relics you could equip. Final Fantasy VII had its materia system. Final Fantasy VIII has like Guardian Forces and the Draw and Junction systems. Final Fantasy IX did kind of more rein things in a little bit, since some of the characters did have a lot of exclusive abilities, like not everyone could use like white magic or black magic or had strong melee attacks. But I like that ability to just kind of create your own different, party setup that suits your mood and your needs. And 5 was really the big example of that. You already kind of got that in 1 and 3 as well, but 1, you selected your jobs at the beginning and couldn't change them, and 3 kind of railroaded you into using specific jobs for different circumstances. Matrix Corporation. Oh, shit. Didn't realize Matrix Corporation actually worked on that. Matrix were also, if I remember correctly, the guys that did the Advance port too. Which makes me wonder why this doesn't have the Advance content. That would have been cool. That would have been really cool if they had the Advance content, but also some of the Advance content would make Exdeath even more of a joke. Would make things pretty busted, honestly. But yeah, I like Final Fantasy V. I would not consider it to be my favorite from story, not by a long shot, but I think every Final Fantasy has kind of its things it does well, and things it does slightly less well. Like, even some of the games that are, like, my favorites, or the games that are, like, sacred cows, like Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, 6 has some great story and dialogue, and I need to not put the Switch into sleep mode. But 6 is also a bit too easy to break at times. Final Fantasy IX, I think, has a cast of, like, very interesting characters, but not every character gets the amount of, like, focus that they really need to shine. Final Fantasy VIII, I think, has some, cool and interesting ideas, and I like the fact that it's a very more, like, contemporary game for its time, with, like, automobiles and TVs and whatnot. But also, Final Fantasy VIII's plot gets a little bit stupid by the end. It gets pretty silly. Even Final Fantasy IV, which is probably the Final Fantasy game I've replayed the most, not on this channel, but just in general, even then, like, I understand, hey, the plot's kinda stupid in 4 sometimes. I love it, but it's kinda dumb, so... Like, Final Fantasy V having some things that I feel it does worse than other games, but things it does better than other games, I think, it doesn't make it necessarily, like, a bad game or anything like that. Every game is flawed in a way, and I think, honestly, just Final Fantasy V is really good. I think that's just the takeaway. Final Fantasy V is real good. I definitely highly recommend it. If you are going to play it, you do have a lot of options. You can play the original Super Famicom version with, like, a JP to English patch, which is a little bit bare bones at this point. I'd recommend the Matrix Software, the Game Boy Advance version, the finest fantasy for Advance. I think that version's really good. The Steam and mobile ports actually were all the same content of the Advance version as well, just with updated graphics, which looked better in some places and worse than others, but you can't get it anymore. I think the Pixel Remaster's good, it just... I think I'd go for the Game Boy Advance version as just a recommendation, because it's the most complete package. Even though it does have some bugs to it, and, I mean, some of those bugs do actually help make the game a little bit easier too, like Vampire dealing twice the amount of damage it should. It is a pretty nice thing, all things considered. As for plans after this, I do not have plans to do another RPG for a while. After this goes up, I'm gonna start working on some of the videos we recorded at MagFest, me and Sixlet. So some of the videos there, I can tell you other games that we have in the pipeline right now for like those collab videos, the crossover combination, are things like one of the Toho fighters, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD, which I need to get back and finish that up as well. I need to finish up the Tony Hawk 2 campaign. This is probably going to require a little bit of practice, because it's been a while since Rad Skate Tricks has ridden. And after this, I don't really have too much of a plan for the next Let's Play project, if you want me to be real. I think of games that I want to do sometime in the near future. I want to do Mega Man 3 again, and get a better take of that. I want to maybe do Mega Man X3, even though I don't like that game very much. Just because, like, there's a little unsightly gap between X2 and X4. Ooh, you got naked ladies. And a small child. Alright, Kryle's stats by the end, and all the skills she mastered. It's quite a lot of them. Abilities learned, 54 out of 74. Next up we get Ferris. So strong, she takes out Gilgamesh. So she's level 39. Here's all of her stats. All of the abilities she learned. 51 out of 74. Lena gets to fight Biblos. Or is that a panda? They use the same sprite, so... She was the lowest level of our party at level 37. But still managed to master a lot of skills. 49 out of 74. Ooh, she actually mastered the least of them. And of course, here's our boy Bartz. Oh, I think he still has some of his... Oh no, he's glowing red because he has the Hermes sandals equipped in this cutscene. Level 39. A lot of different skills to master. Final count, 54, same as Kryle. And there he is in the void. In the ethereal sea, drifting through space. The end. So like I said, I don't have too many plans other than the collab videos in the future. I don't have too much in the way of LP plans working. I do want to get back and finish Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 at some point. And also, of course, Final Fantasy IX has been on hiatus for entirely too long, so if I can work up that motivation to finish it, that would be pretty swell. As for plans for Final Fantasy V, however, well, you might have noticed there are two super bosses that I didn't defeat. That being Omega and Shinryu. I think in the next episode, for the bonus content, we're going to be taking on those two super bosses. It might take a little bit of training, it might take a little bit of preparation, but hey, you can defeat him. It is possible. Yep, and I'll save the game. Save it right there. I guess as one last thing, since it boots us to the world map, where does it actually, like, boot us to? I'm assuming it's gonna boot us, like, right outside of the entrance to the rift. Now loading. Because I don't think this game does a New Game Plus. Oh, it puts us right outside of Tool. How are we gonna get that? Oh, we can just walk on that. Alright. I was gonna be like, how do we get to the airship? We can just walk. Alright. In the next episode, I think it's time to fight Omega and Shinryu. So, I'll see you guys later. This is Tales Faraga signing out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.